Hey everyone, welcome back. Top ipons now for the Paris Grand Slam. And we're starting with Hansokumake. Check the tatami, guys. Obviously, you cannot have a phone or anything metallic on the tatami, so this resulted in Hansokumake. But anyway, let's get into the real ipons. And starting with Fabio Basili. Look at this lightning fast Ochigari. A specialty of his to jump down so low like that. And it's amazing the power that he gets, the drive. Really nice Ochigari there by Fabio Basili. Up at the big weights now, and Kim. Look at this drop down Taiotoshi, really low. And he even bows to the ref. Look at the bow to the ref. Must be a really nice, polite guy. Kind of reminds me of Saito, that really low, flexible, heavyweight Taiotoshi. Grigolashvili getting the Uchimata Skashi. So well done. He invited it as well. I mean, just look at how quickly he gets his left leg out of the way and then stabs it across. Totally anticipated it. Wonderful ippon. Ida Kentaro now with a lovely Uchimata. Sets it up with the Ashiwaza. Turns it into a Makikomi. Has a nice top grip to begin with, but as he's going up, grip breaks off. Uses it anyway. Rolls around. Rolls right across his face, which is always lovely. Nagayama now, and kind of an unorthodox Tomoe Nage. Usually as a right-handed fighter you want to post with the left foot, but he chooses to go with the right. And look at the control all the way across. Almost leads into an armbar as well. Another from the Japanese team, Murao. This is in the final. And just a really lovely Osotogari. Watch his left foot. Takes multiple stabs at it. Uses it to break balance all the way throughout the throw. Superb ippon there. Had a few good, really good Kochigaris recently, and this is one of them. From Pichu from France. Look at this. Postures up, and as he postures up, fakes going backwards and then turns into the Kochi. Bouchard now, and she was on fire all day long. The trademark Kataguruma, using the elbow to get leverage underneath her opponent's hips. It's kind of a unique way to interpret the rules these days. Chochi, and look at this, turns defense into offense. He gets his grip posted down towards his waist, but he just crosses it across his body. Doesn't matter, he can do it with one hand. Shishimi now, and you know what she's gonna do. Left versus right. Look at the reaction she gets with the little feints with Ashiwaza, and jumps in there. 2 hops with the Uchimata, and it is done. Such flexibility. Look at the drive. Beautiful ippon for the world champion. Next up, this one's really interesting. I'm not sure if you can call it an ippon if you don't have your hands on your opponent, but as he goes in for the Kochi Makikomi, he takes his hands off. So is that allowed? Nagayama now. And look at that. Goes in for the Ochigari. Almost gets countered. Almost gets countered. Very close, but Nagayama so strong in the positions. And Pinot took out 2 Japanese fighters and won the whole contest, so incredible day for her. Takes out Ono with this lovely Kochi Makikomi. But Ashiwaza jumps in there. And someone check me if I'm wrong about this, but has anyone won a competition and thrown 2 Japanese competitors as they go to the final in the women's category? I can't think of anyone else who's done it. Krasniki now, and her Uchimata is something special. Hand around the back, stabs the leg in there, and if you do Uchimata with that, like that, with the hand around the back, an ippon is coming. Hashimoto now this was scored at Wazari, but I think it should be an ippon. No? Is that not an ippon? He kind of bridges out of it, but if you're bridging, isn't that Hansokumake? Isn't that avoiding the ippon? I don't know. I think it should be an ippon. Murao again, and this one's so important, the setup. Look at all the Ashiwaza he uses to set it up. Uchimata, Ochi, Kochi. And then it was all a little foot sweep. All a big setup for a little foot sweep. And look at the grip he has on the sleeve, preventing Blue from getting any sort of grip on the hands. Just grip domination and amazing Ashiwaza. Bobonov now, this is kind of become routine for Bobonov. Ouchigaishi, he's done it in 2 recent tournaments, but he loves this counter to Ouchigari, especially with the grips that he takes really close to the body. Makes it really, really easy to get the counter here. Just jumps on people. Beautiful ipon by Bobonov. And Tanaka. And this is a really interesting approach to Sore Surikomi Goshi. Watch what he does. He takes off his hand and 2 hands, the arm going over his shoulder. Really interesting way to do Sore Surikomi Goshi there. A big front Uranage from the Georgian. Lots of front Uchimatas. In Paris, it is really becoming a technique that everyone is doing and learning. Especially the Georgians, of course. Sendocho now. And a nice piece of Ashiwaza. Watch how he just slowly crawls to the top of his opponent's head and then latches onto an arm. Rolls over and Blue is tapping early. Fabio again. And there's something about Fabio, he's got really interesting timing with how he does his Ashiwaza. I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe he's just really, really fast, but I guess he skips a beat. He kind of sets up a long, slow footstep and then jumps in there really quickly to confuse people's timing. Really, really interesting judo by Fabio. Heidarov now. And this choke is really interesting. Watch the grip around the neck. See that? Cross grip around the neck. And then he uses his leg underneath his opponent's shoulder to tighten it up. Amazing ippon there on the ground. Lots of newas at ippons. Wazari, no, it's an ippon, come on. This Tomoe Nage, Yoko Tomoe Nage. This is an ippon, right? Must be. Come on, ref. Tani Otoshi now, and full commitment. Look at his left leg as he just folds it over to get as much strength into that throw as possible. Good choice here, Tani Otoshi, left versus right. Can always fake it with the Uchimata as well. And next guys, Kani Basami, Hansokumake. It does look weird, but when you slow it down you can see this is definitely illegal. There were 2 of these actually on the day. One from Becca as well. Not intentional though, I think. And this one here, Wazari by Basili, I think it maybe should be an ippon as well against Sendocho. But as Sendocho throws that grip over the top, and they're going backwards as well, Basili is waiting for it. Definitely a strategy of his, a tactic. Big hand around the back, and this is what happens. That low Ouchigari is becoming popular, but this is the way to counter it. Stop the momentum and jump on top of them. Lovely tewaza there. Schmidt now from Brazil. Someone who I think is becoming a real threat on the international scene. He's got good tachiwaza at getting people to the ground, but then once he's on the ground, he is a monster. And look at this armbar. I mean, he had the osaikomi, but he just gave it up and he said, I'm going for an armbar. And I do hope Blue's okay with his arm, because that was a very, very tight Juji Gatame. Chochi with the classic Ippon Seoi Nage. Fast guy, Chochi. Very, very fast judoka. Lovely work mixing his Ippon Seoi Nage with his Osotogari as well. This one's great, just a lot of combinations. Jumps down for Seoi Nage, doesn't get it, but on the way up, Blue doesn't really have a grip on him and he just jumps in there. Ashiwaza, Seoi Nage, stands straight up. And Blue just didn't have a grip. Taking advantage of it, great work. And look at this Kochi Makikomi, this is really difficult. Pulls him onto him. Doesn't wait for him to take a step, just jumps on it. Awesome Kochi Makikomi there. The classic Kataguruma. I'm going to call this the classic now because people are putting their elbows between people's legs and lifting them up. That's the the new, evolved version of it. And this is the classic. Uchimata now by Kim. Definitely a new judoka for the Korean team. Looking really, really good at under 60. Lots of techniques from Unagi as well. Uchimata, of course. And Tanaka doing his Sore Suri Komigoshi that he loves so much. So many variations of it. And this is just lightning fast. Off the grip. Goes off the wrong direction, but it seems like he's in control the whole time. Look at the feints. Look at the feints. You could see 3 steps before that he was going to go for this. 1, 2, 3. I'm going in now. But good way to generate movement. Lots of fakes. Harada now with a nice Uchimata. I thought he would do better. He did win the tournament last year, so I thought he was going to maybe do a 2-peat, but Harada, maybe just got to clean up a few things in his game, maybe. Palati now, moving up in weight, and he's got a pretty bright judoki on. And you see this technique more and more often these days. I guess it is a front Uchimata, but it's kind of done on the opposite side. Different kind of throw, but you see that more often now that people can't break the grip off with 2 hands. And this guy, the Mongolian, he is a new heavyweight on the scene, really taking the scene by storm, beating Kageura as well. Speaking of Kageura, his drop down Seoi Nage, always something to watch out for, but I think Kageura, his game might be a bit too simplistic to win often. I don't know, I feel like he needs to add something more to his game, maybe a bit of Ashiwaza. And watch this choke. Bow and arrow choke, blue is tapping almost before it's on. Big Sore Suri Komigoshi from the big boy. How often do you see a heavyweight doing Sore Suri Komigoshi? And it's just leverage and power, isn't it? Incredible. A couple from the Frenchman now. And watch this, it's a wazari to go down to the floor. But this armbar, look at how he wraps it up around his head. One leg behind the head, one in front. Beautiful, beautiful newaza. And look, turning him around, jumping in for the tai otoshi. Actually, I'm going to call it a seoi otoshi, because his knees are on the ground. But look at this, getting the momentum going, and then jumping in there as he steps that foot forward. Brilliant work. Palati again. This time with a different ochigari to what he usually does. He's got a similar ochigari to Basili, but this time goes for the traditional running Uchimata. A Kosotogake now, and I feel that's the first time I've said Kosotogake. Usually in these top ipon videos, Kosotogake is one of the most seen throws, maybe because Damian's not here or a lot of the Russians aren't here. It's probably a common technique that a lot of the Russians do. Signaklet now goes in for the ochigari, changes direction, but I don't like the way his leg bent. That was awkward. Brilliant counter by Becca. Blue going for the Uchimata, changes direction again. And Becca just so strong in the position, just waited for the opportunity. And here it is, Becca's unfortunate Hansokomake. I do think it wasn't intentional, he was just trying to defend the momentum of the throw and his leg got caught on the inside. Sometimes you throw the leg on the inside to counteract the momentum. Nikiforov now with the interesting choke on Ida. Ida had the leg extended unintentionally, I think. I don't think he was trying to make him, get a penalty and not have the choke go through, so good work by Nikiforov. Just a couple more ipons now. And guys, if you are still here, well, You must be obsessed with judo like I am, and I hope you're subscribed. Like the video, help me out, I'll make more videos for you guys. And let me know in the comments, what do you think of these throws? Are some of them ipons? Are some of them not? Have I got the names wrong? And of course, what videos do you want to see in the future? I'll definitely be keen to be making more breakdown videos, more highlights of particular judokas as well, and of course, keeping up with the tournament scene, how it's going on the tour. I've still got a lot of videos to make from some of the gold medalists that I haven't quite gotten to yet, so we'll get to those videos soon. Thanks for your support, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh là là, le coup de bassin.